Welcome to today's episode of Cooking for Real, where I am making my own special recipe that I call urban crusted pork chops. Okay, so what I have here is I've pulled several herbs out of my garden because today was harvest day. So what I have here is basil, and I have oregano. And you might notice I'm putting them straight in. I'm not going too crazy. I say that a lot. I'm putting them straight in, just yanking the leaves off and dropping them into this chopper. So that would be the oregano, and I also have here parsley. And I brought in some nice chives. And where'd it go? I have some savory in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. I have thyme and some nice summer savory. Now, I'm not really one for measuring, but I will say that this is about to be about a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup of olive oil. We'll say it's a heavy dose. And I'm adding salt. And this is dried green garlic. You can use any kind of garlic. But I find that the dried green garlic has kind of a smoky flavor to it that I think really adds nicely to a pork chop. So you can use a blender, you can use a food processor. I happen to have this little fella. It's a Hamilton Beach, and I like it because it's an immersion blender that happened to come with a blender base. So you can see here I have almost a thin pesto base now. Move it around. Very liquidy, very important. Okay, so what I have here is actually 3 pork chops. They are tenderloin pork chops. You can use whatever pork chops you like. It's just what I have on hand. Now, I have found the simplest way to do this is actually to put a pool into the plate, saving off about half of this mixture. Now we are going to take our first one, plop it right in the middle, swirl it around a little bit, swing it off to the side. Plop, swirl, swing. And one last time. It's a little harder when you're down to the last one, so I kind of always peek. Nope, that's good coverage, you see? Plop, swirl, swing. And now we're going to take the last of this over the top, brush it around. Now what I want you to do is to put it aside, cover it, and let it sit. So now here I have a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in my cast iron frying pan, waiting for that to get piping hot. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. So what we were looking for there is, like any good piece of meat, you want it to be nice and brown. I have flipped it over, and once the underside is brown, we're going to slide it into that 350 degree oven to finish. So let's take a look, and we'll see that it's nicely browned on the underside. So now it's off of this heat and into this heat. Thank you for joining me on Cooking for Real today, where I showed you a great recipe to do with the overrun of herbs that must be growing in your garden. I've been making these herbed pork chops for quite a while, and they're always a big hit. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and leave comments. I love suggestions and questions.